Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video, and this one again, playing in a different journal. Are you impressed? This is the Small Art by Marlene White Creative Journal. It's a really lovely size for just playing and creating small pages. Obviously, that's really stating the obvious here, but I think sometimes creating small can feel more manageable and less daunting. And this little journal is just perfect. So I'm starting off with one of Marlene's stencils, and I'm using some of the silver stencil paste through the stencil. Stencil paste isn't something I often use, but when I do, I'm always like, why don't I use this more often? Because it does create a really lovely texture. So obviously you need to let this dry. I did kind of encourage it to dry a little bit. And then I'm just going to add some of Marlene's water, acrylic paint. Sorry, it's because I've watered them down. Acrylic paint onto the background. So yes, I have watered these down. You can make acrylic paint behave a little bit like watercolour paint. If you just add a little bit of water to it, you can get it to move around a little bit more. So there's no gesso on this background. I just went straight in with the stencil paste, and then I am just pulling some colour over the top. So once I've got that colour on, I'm then going to kind of dab over the top where the stencil paste is, just to lift the paint off that stencil paste. But even so, you can see the pattern from the stencil paste through the paint that's already on that page. It's making a really nice effect. So now I'm going to add some stenciling over the top. So you just kind of think of the stencil paste as like your first layer, or another layer if you're not adding it on first, and just work over the top of it like you would normally on your journal page. The only thing you'd need to bear in mind here is that you won't be able to write on top of the stencil paste very easily. I'm sure it would be possible, but it's quite tricky. So I'm just mixing up my colours a little bit here, adding some kind of like greens and blues, so colours that are analogous, i.e. next to each other on the colour wheel, just to bring a cohesive feel to the journal page. Then I'm going in with some mark making stamps, and again using blues and greens in the inks, just to kind of pull that together. All the stamps that I'm using here are from a set by Art by Marlene, one of her mark making sets. So as you know, right, no, this isn't going to be new news to any of you who follow me regularly. I do love rainbows. I love rainbow colours. I decided I was going to make my own kind of paper element to go on this page. So I grabbed a piece of white card and then used some of Marlene's duo acrylic markers and just started drawing rainbows. Aren't they pretty? Different sizes, different widths, different heights, just to create a little set of rainbows to go along the bottom of my pages. And then once I'd drawn them all in, I cut them out. I also used a couple of pens, a black and white pen. This is just a really fine tip gel pen, and I outlined all the rainbows and then went in and added little marks onto them as well, little dashes, dots, crosses, using black and white just to bring a little bit of interest to the paper element that I've created. So then to stick it in, I used some Art by Marlene sticky glue, and you can see here I'm just going to snip it in half just so that it will lay across the fold in the little tiny journal nicely without any trouble, I suppose, for want of a better word. Yeah, this is a good way to just kind of lay those elements over the centre of your page. You just put a little snip in them, and then you can get them working across your page, but then your journal will still fold, and I guess you're not putting extra strain on the spine as well. So then this is a set of stickers from Art by Marlene as well. I've had these for quite a while, but I wanted a couple of little butterflies to go on here, and I think I also stick a little flower on there too, just as my little focal points. So kind of like just using lots of beautiful colours on this page and different images as well. So then I was quite happy with that. So using a quote from Marlene as well. One of the things that I love about Marlene's line of products is that like they all just work so well together. That might be stating the obvious yet again, but there are ways that you can create very easily and quickly using her things. You know, a lot of the thinking has been done for you, and it's just about pulling those together in the way that you want to. But I love the bright colours and the imagery that Marlene has created. So yeah, I'm just adding a black border to my page here just to bring a bit more contrast, because there isn't a great deal of black on my page. There's a little bit of stamping and some mark making, but apart from that, this border will just kind of help to finish it off really nicely. So that is how this page came together, nice and easy, nice and colourful. So have a go at making your own paper elements for your art journal pages. It really is lots of fun, and you can bring that personal touch to your art journaling as well. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.